Well, I could talk to you about the Peruvian meteor, or we could spend some time discussing yesterday's fast. I didn't eat for about 24 hours, finally caved in. I was shooting for 48, and then ended up sleeping for 14 hours. But that's not very interesting. And the Peruvian meteor is perhaps turning out to be less interesting than we originally thought. It's not the magical starting point of a 50s sci-fi film. It's not the monolith monsters, growing enormous pillars of salt to crush down on the small Nevada town, killing all the inhabitants. This leaves me with one option, and one option only. Today, I'm going to cut my hair. Now, sometimes when people cut their hair, it ends up on the news. That Britney Spears girl did it earlier this year. People got upset. Turned out she'd shaved her pubic region too. Photos got out about that. Well, lots of girls in their 20s do that. It's no big deal. Lots of mothers in their 20s do that. It's still no big deal. Bruce Willis shaved his hair a few years ago. He's starting to get a little bald up top. No one cared. It's Bruce Willis. He can do what he wants. He's a parent. I don't know if he shaves his pubic region. That's his business. What else is going on in the news? You hear about anything interesting? I haven't. Been on the internet a lot, though. Let's adjust that camera. Oh, yeah. That's better. Yeah, not a lot going on. We're running in circles on the Iraq thing. No one really realizes that the war was over and we're just occupiers now. We're just over there to prove we can be over there. Why am I doing this on camera this week? Well, honestly, there's not really a good place in the house for me to do this. I don't have a plug in the bathroom I can access, so I can't see myself in the mirror. Camera works pretty good, though. Yep, I like the camera. Now, I've been doing this since I was, 23? About 14, 15 years now? Something like that. So I pretty much know where the hair on my head lives. Mirror is a crutch. It's like when I learned to type this last year. Oh, I already knew how to type, but I just didn't know it. I still look down at the keyboard sometimes, and every once in a while I'll catch myself, stop and find out that I actually do know how to type. I know where all the keys are. But since I was never formally trained, I've got this fear that if I don't look, I won't do it right. There's probably something profound buried in there. You can take the time to dig if you like. Let's see here. That whole Gen 6 thing, haven't read about it. I'm not for it. All that is to say, I'm not for... I think the main thing with that is that we're all a little shocked that the symbolism of lynching is still a recognized meme. That we can see a noose on a tree and the first thing we think of as a culture is hanging black people. I wouldn't have expected that. Had a news director at the radio station I used to work at. She grew up in Indiana. Wasn't segregated over there. She came over to Louisville one day with her mom. She was black, I should point this out, if it wasn't implied. And I went to a movie theater down on 4th Street in Louisville. Diane didn't understand why she had to go to a separate bathroom. She'd never heard of that before. She was 11. So that kind of thing's a little screwy. And that Diane is probably about 15 years older than me. Okay. Alright. And we are done. Thank you very much. I'll see you next week.